Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we'll be talking about the top tech tools that you need to hire Rockstar candidates. These are some of the tools that we at Paired Recruiting use for our own business. And I really can't emphasize just how important tech tools are for finding the best candidates for your business. These days, if you're not taking advantage of all the tech that's available, you're making the recruiting process a lot more complicated. And yeah, hopefully this video helps you guys out. As always, if you want help finding the best overseas talent, saving you up to 80-90% on payroll costs, definitely check out our service. I'll have a link down below. Our team is incredibly talented at finding the best talent for your business. With that being said, let's get started with the video. Okay, so the first category of tech tools we're talking about are job platforms. Obviously, job platforms are extremely important because that's where all the candidates are going to be. So we're talking about LinkedIn, Monster, Indeed, Upwork, Fiverr, online jobs. There are a ton of different platforms that you guys can use. What platforms you use really depends on what types of roles you're hiring for, in addition to whether or not you're hiring domestically or overseas. Optimally, the best thing you're gonna do is be on as many job platforms as you can. That way you're gonna hit the most number of potential candidates. And yeah, with recruiting, it really is a numbers game, right? If you get, let's say 200 people to apply for a job, probably one of them is gonna be a really good fit. Now, when it comes to these platforms, a lot of them allow you to post for free, but the thing is that if you want more people to actually see the post and actually apply, you're likely going to have to run ads. Running ads does cost money. It's what we do at Paired, and it can be a very worthwhile investment. But just know that that does cost money. Okay, so the second category of tech tools we're talking about today is Recruitment ATS Software. ATS basically stands for Applicant Tracking Software. And not everyone watching this video is likely going to need this. If you have a very small company, you're just trying to hire, maybe 1 or 2 people, then yeah, you don't need an ATS. However, if you're trying to hire multiple people or you're trying to build an internal team for hiring, then having an ATS is extremely helpful. Some really popular ones are going to be Workable, Greenhouse, and Zoho Recruit, although there are many other options out there. And I will say that we tried Zoho Recruit in the past and we didn't really like it. But we are using Workable right now and it's been really great. Again, not everyone watching this video is going to need an ATS, but if you're dealing with a lot of volume with hiring, then yes, it's going to be very beneficial. Okay, so the next category we're talking about is tech to actually help you do candidate search. Now, when it comes to hiring, it's not just a passive thing, right? You don't just put out a job ad and expect a lot of people to actually apply. It's very rare that this happens. If you want to find the best talent possible, it's extremely important to do active search. So we are basically actively finding people that aren't currently looking for a job and seeing if they are open to new opportunities, right? A lot of the times, the best people, the best talent, they are not out of a job. They already have a job. They think they're happy, but they're basically just waiting for the next opportunity. So if you can actively go out there, find people that have the relevant skills you're looking for, people with experience working at very similar companies to yours, then this can be a fabulous way to find great people. Now, there's a ton of tech out there that can help you with candidate search. We really like Seekout. It's the software that we use. It's really advanced. It uses AI and it makes finding a ton of really hard jobs possible. Now, I will say Seekout, it's quite expensive. It's a few $1,000s per year minimum. And yeah, any of these more advanced people search tools, it's likely going to cost a good amount of money. Workable also has a pretty good people search that's built into their platform. And yeah, I'm not going to get into too many other platforms for candidate search, but just know that this is very important if you want to do active outreach. For example, I can go on to Seekout and basically be like, I want to find someone with these skills, this minimum requirement, who has experience working in these types of companies for X years. And it's basically going to crawl through all the data, help me find those people, give me their contact information, and I'll basically reach out to them. Okay, the next software that is really helpful, especially if you're doing a lot of volume, is going to be some type of interview software. Obviously, if you're going to get 300 to 500 applicants per job, which is basically what we do for our clients, you're not going to be able to do one-on-one interviews with everyone. So instead, what we do is we do a one-way video interview first, and this basically acts as another stage of filtering. So the software that we like to use is HireFlix. It's a dedicated one-way video interview software, and we've really enjoyed working with them. But of course, it really depends on how much time you're willing to spend. If you're trying to build an internal team for your business, then we really recommend using a software like this. Okay, so the next category of tools we're talking about are going to be assessment tools. So some really popular ones are going to be like Test Gorilla, Criteria Corp, Codility for programmers, as well as Vervo. These are just a handful. There are a ton of different assessment platforms out there. A lot of ATSs also have assessment tools that are built in. Of course, when you are hiring people, you likely want to have them do an assessment, especially if you're hiring overseas, then English is going to be extremely important. And so assessing them on their English skills is a crucial step. What you'll probably want to do is give your candidates some type of assessment or multiple. This is going to be sort of like a quiz or a test that they take on their own, and the results are basically sent to you. Obviously, this is a very good way to use tech to qualify and disqualify people, and it's a crucial part in the hiring process for us. Of course, what assessments you give to your candidates is really going to depend on what type of job you're hiring for. And sometimes you won't even need assessment tools. So for example, if you are hiring a video editor, then these tech tools, they aren't going to be much use. Rather, you want to just give them raw footage to edit into an example video. That's all done manually, so it can take a lot of time. But yeah, just keep in mind that assessment tools, they are not going to be required for every type of job posting. The next category of tech tools I want to talk about is going to be background checks. Obviously, when you hire someone, you are trusting them with a lot of sensitive information. You want to make sure that they are who they say they are. And that's why we recommend before you actually finalize a hire, do a background check. There are many tools for this. For example, Workable has background checks built in. There are platforms like Verimark. It doesn't really matter what platform you use, just know that it is important to verify the identity of your potential hire. And finally, the last category we're talking about is going to be HR and payroll tools. Obviously, this is not really going to help too much when it comes to actually finding talent, but when it comes to actually keeping them and making their experience good, yes, HR and payroll is very, very important. You definitely want to have a payroll software that is easy to use, that gives them good rates if you are paying overseas. And yeah, for all the stuff, we just recommend using Deal. It's what we use internally. It's what we recommend to our clients. If you are a client of ours, we can actually get you a 20% off offer for your Deal subscription. But yeah, the reason why we recommend Deal is because it makes the payroll process extremely easy, especially if you're paying multiple people overseas. And if you are a paying customer, they basically have customized contracts for every single country. And so yeah, you can do all your employment contracts through Deal as well. If you want to learn more, we'll actually have a link down below. But yeah, definitely reach out if you want that 20% off. So yeah, anyways, those are the top tech tools that you guys can use if you want to hire the best talent possible. I know we covered a lot of things. Hopefully you guys took some notes. And yeah, these are just some of the tools that we use within our own recruiting business. Again, if you want help finding the best possible talent, we do have a 0 risk guarantee where basically you don't pay anything unless we find you someone that you want to hire. That's why our clients love us. That's why we have so many returning clients. And yeah, again, our website will be down below if you want to learn more about our services. Anyways, thank you so much for your time. I hope you guys got some value from this video. If you guys did, make sure to hit that like button to support the channel, and also consider subscribing if you want to watch more content about hiring. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.